Hello everybody, my name is Comrade.
And this is Bajashi.
Today we have a exclusive interview with Cookiedragon, the developer of TwoKinds Online. We have
Hello.
we have prepared multiple questions for you. We also have some questions to the future of the game as well. Because personally, I thought the game was really cool, and I really loved the idea. Bajashi,
Why, thank you.
do you want to start off with some questions?
Um, sure. All right. The first question we have is, why did you make the game?
So, do you want the short answer or the long answer?
Oh, we wanted a long answer.
Okay. So, going all the way back to middle school, I think I was about 10, I decided I wanted to make video games. Not and then of course, being young and bright-eyed, it's like, "Oh, I don't want to just make games. I want to make online games. I want to make GTA but online.
No.
I want to make an MMO stuff." So those were the along where I was thinking, but I didn't really do anything with it until out of high school. So out of high school, it was like I found two kinds. I read the comic. It was like, oh man, I really love these stories. Oh, I still also really love video games. Let's learn how to make video games and try to make two kinds games, and then later it's like, okay, let's not okay. Single player RPG, that's normal, that's boring. Let's make it an MMO, and then that's where I am today.
Hmm.
I decide, oh yeah. I also don't recommend going making online games right off the bat, but I mean, it takes a lot of perseverance and a lot of effort. So,
That was
which I mean, I'm just working on it.
yeah. Well, that was two questions in one. We were also gonna ask you, oh, where is the thing? Oh, there it is. When did you want to become a developer? We were also gonna ask you that, but two questions, one, I guess.
Yeah, originally I was trying to do some 3D modeling,
Oh,
which I'm okay with Blender. Blender is awesome, by the way, if
yeah.
anyone wants to learn 3D
I'm
modeling.
actually learning it right now.
Yeah,
As you
but
probably.
uh,
Oh,
but I couldn't figure out people. So, and then I switched to programming eventually, and I love programming.
hmm.
So that's what I do.
As you saw in the Discord, I am a bit of a programmer myself, but I cannot credit myself too much because most of my game are 2D and really pixelated. And
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
yeah, um, I'm not that good, and I've been trying to learn Blender, but it's been a little bit hard because I've been going off YouTube tutorials since that there's the pandemic and everything, so I sadly have not been able to ask some professionals because every week 2 hours I am at a place where we code and we learn 3D stuff, and it's really awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. So sadly, I cannot learn Blender that way, but it's really cool that you have learned it, and in general, just the game being made and such.
Yeah, I don't really do the modeling for the game anymore. Um, Next Mint has been picking that up
Oh yeah,
these last
but
6 months or so.
you did start, so it still counts in
Yeah,
my eyes.
I did. I used to. Yeah. Um, so if you couldn't tell, so we're currently working on some new character models. Like that's taking the bulk of my time.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Before that, before I had some other character models that were better than what I had before, but still not perfect, and that's been kind of an issue these
Mm.
last 2 years or so. And before that, there were models that I made. And if you go all the way back, it was mostly a lot of models that I made that, and they were literally like Gumby. They looked like Gumby characters. They were just blocky and barely moved, but they existed.
Mm. Do you have anything to say, Bojoshi?
No, not really.
Okay. I'll go on with the next question then.
Okay.
How did you discover Two Kinds?
That's I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't remember anymore. Lost.
Same with
So
me.
Yeah, it's the same with Bojoshi. I actually asked him today as well.
like thinking back, it was like the last few months of high school I really got into webcomics.
Huh.
It was like right about then I started reading Homestuck. I found some other comics. I'm not sure if I found TwoKinds and then went to Slightly Damned, or Slightly Damned and then found TwoKinds. It's like one of those two comics kind of like paired together, and I found them one through the other.
Oh.
But I don't remember anymore. It's been so long.
I mean, Pajoshi literally just was having cat pictures, I believe it was, and he said I should read them, and I was like, yeah, sure, send them to me, and then I just began reading them, and I actually quite enjoyed them.
Yeah, now you're
And now I am furrified.
yeah, now your profile is cat.
Yeah,
avatar picture.
he's Mike now. I took over.
Yup,
I took.
I keep getting boobs.
Yes. There's a lot of fan art with that, my dude. Oh, well, you want to go on with next question, Pajoshi?
Yeah, sure. How did you meet the other developers?
So we'll talk about Next first, since he's most recent. So Next, started posting some online or some 3D art on the Discord server. It was like I forgot the tab. I lost the Discord tab real quick. Okay. So Next was like posting some characters, showing that he was learning like 3D modeling and making TwoKinds characters. And then it got to the point where it's like okay, he's seriously gotten good, because at first they were like okay characters, and now they're amazing looking 3D characters fit the right style and everything I was looking for. So first it was like, okay, maybe I hire him to make some clothing and other things first, because I didn't want to change the character models just yet. And then he made a few things, and it's like, okay, why not let him recreate all the character models, because obviously his stuff is really good and fits. So he's just been working on the game, I think since earlier this year. And then we look at Kaz. So Kaz I met years ago. Back in we were originally on the TwoKinds forums. So right around after early on, before Discord and everything existed, I spent a lot of time on the forums there. So I've been part of the TwoKinds community since 2011.
It's not like I've only been around a week or so.
So I was posting stuff there. So I've been working on this game for too long. Not the current version, but like parts of it. And at some point, I added books. I had book items that you can edit and write in. And then a combination of two things happened. One, the books never despawned when thrown in the world. So you could place them in the world somewhere, and they would just stay there forever.
Yeah, that's a bad glitch, especially in an MMO.
And then two, there was no swear filter. So people would be fine. People would be picking up the books, editing them, putting in a bunch of swears and other things that they shouldn't, and then leaving the books everywhere.
Oh.
So it was my early introduction to some griefing and the reasons why I needed to add a swear filter or a spam filter for the game. And one of those people that was doing it was actually Kaz.
Oh.
So so I think I banned him at some point. And I don't remember how later we ended up talking more. But then since he's been helping out with some of the game, mainly the chat services and stuff.
I mean,
so
it's nice to see that even the people who might seem like some bad people actually turn out to be really helpful.
Yeah, generally people that like grief and stuff like that, they seem to be interested in the game, just not in probably the healthy way of interacting with it.
I mean, I mean, I've been playing around 4 hours at this point, I believe. I was just mostly running around, trying to do the quests and just figure out the game. Uh, I I think it was pretty good. Like I have a 1060. I did have trouble with the graphics a bit, especially because I'm playing on 1440p, which yeah, that really kills your FPS.
Yeah, that's my setup too.
Uh,
And yeah, so 2 updates ago, the frame rate was pretty bad. It was getting
mm,
up there. 1 update ago, I changed up how the shaders work and the graphics, and it got a lot better. And now but then I since switched the islands up and the water and the terrain, and that seems to be affecting the frame rate again. So again, it's like back and forth, like making some big changes. Oh,
mm.
now tuning them to make it optimized, and then it's a lot of back and forth.
But I really have to say, you're a fucking genius with the sky. That's a really good idea to like pixelate it, but still make it look good.
Oh no, that's a mistake.
Oh
I don't
wait,
know how to
really?
fix it. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know how to fix it.
I thought it, like that was really genius because the sky takes so much GPU power. So I just thought, they're
Yeah, I'm actually kind of annoyed that the clouds are so pixelated, but I don't know how to fix it, so it's just there for now.
you should if you're gonna end up changing how the sky is, you should probably add a filter so you can say, okay, I want the sky settings to be high or I want them to be low because.
Yeah, there's got to be all sorts of settings like
Oh
that.
yeah, good.
Like, oh yeah, so the last update, I was trying to make the performance better with the new terrain.
Mm.
So it's making it how far out that terrain loads in chunks. So the trains are in like 500-meter chunks. And I think the default loading was like you could load like 3 or 4 chunks distance at a time, but you don't need that much terrain loaded usually.
Mm.
So I was trying to add settings to load only like closest 100 meters for the seams.
Mm.
But I made a mistake and forgot to check that update, and so it was actually loading 0 closest meters. So you couldn't.
Oh.
So when you get to an edge, you wouldn't load the next train until you cross the boundary.
Yeah.
So you could jump into air, the train would load under you, and then you drop back down onto the terrain.
Wait, what?
Because because the next train wasn't loading until you actually cross that boundary.
Huh.
Because of that error. So I make all sorts of programming mistakes like that.
Mm. Well, that is understandable. I have tried to bug fix myself. I know it can be a pain.
Yeah.
um, I have another one here. What is it like developing the game?
I don't know. It's fun to work on. Actually, now that I'm into the nice visual character creator stuff, it's actually really fun. It's fun to post updates of things broken or things working, and just getting the settings working. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun.
I know. I know what you mean. I definitely know that. Oh, you, Bajoshi.
Okay, the next question is, what are the fans like?
The what?
The fans like?
Some of them like it. Some of them are like, wait, really? Like this exists? I don't know. I think it's the scale of the project that people are like, what? Also, there's been like 10 or 20 TwoKinds game attempts.
Oh shit.
And I have the record of both the longest lasting and probably the one with the furthest progress. Because most of the others have been like RPG Maker games. People trying to make like the story and intro. Well, I guess mine is more loosely based because I'm trying not to follow the story as much as make the world.
So kind of like RP based concept.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some people are definitely skeptical, which I'm not surprised.
I honestly,
About.
if I'm gonna be purely honest, I was really skeptical. I was one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like because I only saw the 2017 video that was posted, and I was like, okay, the graphics kind of kills the idea here.
Yeah, I need to update that
Yeah.
soon.
That was kind of killing my vibe, and then I got into the game and I really had some problems with the character models. I could not switch my races. Like if I chose Kytron, I was just stuck on Tiger. I wanted to be Fox, but I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna keep this.
Well, that's probably a mistake on my part for showing the Fox option because the model didn't exist.
Oh,
No pattern for it,
ah,
which was the issue.
that makes sense.
So, actually, if we want to discuss about the changes going on right now, I think that slider is going to go away. You're not really, well, there might be some preset options, but essentially you're going to be able to build your own Cadron with like fur patterns and stuff.
Oh, that sounds.
So instead of picking your like tiger, fox, wolf, dog, you're more like picking whether you're canine or feline for the head, and then picking your fur pattern and then spots or stripes or tail.
That sounds extremely cool.
Oh yeah.
So thanks to Next that we can actually have that set up now instead of because before we were having discrete models and textures for each of the sub races.
What did you want to say, Bajoshi?
I wanted this it kind of reminds me of that old game Feral Heart.
Ooh, I don't know that one. What is this Feral Heart?
I'll go look it up. Can't really remember too much of it, but
I personally got a World of Warcraft vibe over the game in the start.
There's still people playing this game.
Huh.
Interesting.
I got a World of Warcraft vibe. Funny enough.
I actually don't play World of Warcraft.
Huh.
I'm not really a fan of the combat system.
I did play it back in the times, but I don't play it anymore.
I played a ton of other MMOs, and currently I play Final Fantasy 14. Which is kind of the same, but like I don't know why I like it more.
Well, I got like the vibe over the way that the combat system works, and I just kind of got a vibe over it. I don't know why I got, but I wanted to ask if it was like inspired from that, but I can clearly hear it is not.
Maybe the art style. So the nice thing with the WoW art style is that it aged pretty well. Like if you look at like WoW Classic now, and that game originally released 2003, 2004.
Yeah, it was 4.
Like obviously it's aged, but it still doesn't look bad. And if you look at like any of the other MMOs released at that time, or other games released at that time, that like say if they try to go for more realistic graphics, they age way worse.
Yeah.
Everything will look
Definitely.
muddy. But like that art style, that stylized cartoony art style ages really well. And that's kind of that kind of anime-ish art style that the comic has. Like once we have that set up and once we have the visuals for that targeted, it should look good, even if like everything's low poly. Because since we're small indie team, we can only do so much. So I don't know. We probably shouldn't be doing 3D anyways.
Well,
but having a stylized visual style to target makes it a lot easier than trying to figure it out on our own.
Like I gotta say, I was really surprised by the graphics when I actually got in and tried them out.
How so?
I thought they looked way better than my expectations. What I expected. I was kind of blown. The grass, it needs some details in it, but I really like the way that you make it, like the wind, how just what is it called again? Like wiggles with the wind. I thought that looked really good.
The wind?
Yeah, I thought that looked really cool.
Well, yeah, you're getting the post graphical update. It looked a lot different, like just a few months ago even.
Yeah, again, but I only have experience with the new, so.
Yes, good first impression. Yeah, so originally I wasn't worrying too much about the graphics because it's like I'm a programmer. I'm gonna make this good. But then because of the size of the scope, it's like, oh, it's not ready yet. It's not really good to play yet. And then plus, oh, it doesn't really look good either. People just kind of see it, and it just kind of looks, and they're like, whatever. So actually, last year, that's what it took me. It took me a few years to get questing in, and even then, it's like there's only a limited number of quests right now. But at least it's more content than it was before.
Yeah.
Because before it was like crafting was broken, or it's not crafting. There is crafting. First
Oh.
it was like combat was broken. There's no quests. There's nothing to do. What are people? Why are people going to hang out and stay in here? But now that there's quests, now that the characters are going to be updated, it's like finally the foundation of the game is in place. Minus combat maybe, but the foundation of the game is in place. So now we can start building up more to do and more reasons for people to play and hang out.
Yeah.
So it's a long grind.
Yeah, like of
but we're making
course.
it.
But I personally, I really appreciate you guys doing it. It's really cool.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun. And oh man, I've been trying to get it onto Steam for years at this point. Maybe not years, but at least 2 years.
Mhm.
Like I have almost everything ready, but I need to make like a video trailer or something
Yeah.
for it. It's like I'm always working on the game. I don't have time to make a video, but getting the Steam store page up will help boost the visibility for it
Yeah.
and get more people interested. So it's like I got to do this, but I got to do that. So now my goal is once the new characters are in the game, then I'm gonna make a new trailer and get that posted, because I mean the last one I made was like the last real one I made was in 2017, and
Yeah.
as you saw,
Mhm.
it doesn't reflect the current game anymore.
Yeah. Well, Pajoshi, you wanna take the next one?
Am I gonna do all of them?
Well,
Sure.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. Never mind. Just take it.
Yeah. Who is your favorite TwoKinds character?
Dragon or non-dragon?
Everything.
Anything.
Probably
E-
Nora.
Even the
Nora and
trees.
Rennie, all the dragons.
Ah.
But if you I mean, I really like dragons, hence Cookiedragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so definitely Nora, probably Rennie. Followed by that, if we're talking about like B cast or A cast, I don't know. I like Laura and Flora. Probably
Right.
Flora. I really like Flora.
Well, Fenway too. Well,
Can I say something controversial here?
indeed.
Cat is a little too popular.
Oh, sorry.
She is.
She definitely is. I mean, I just have her as my picture because I have no good Flora pictures. Like, I did not make that clear for you before, but you're all allowed to say literally anything you want here. Like, it's your opinion.
Oh no, the power.
It's your opinion, and that's kind of why it is a podcast, that you are allowed to say your opinion, and the same with the guests.
All right.
Okay.
I will remember that. Remember, Flora is best girl.
Indeed. I was disappointed when I saw a waifu chart that was considered kinda official by many people. She was like mid tier. I was pretty disappointed, but yeah.
Well, she's I guess you can consider she's the vanilla crush.
Yeah. Okay. How was the community's response to your idea?
Making a game, like I said earlier, it was like a lot of people are probably skeptical. Well, that was last year, and I'm still working on it. So I don't know if they keep seeing more of it, they'll be like, oh, okay, maybe this will be complete. The thing is, I want to get the game into like a early access stage on like Steam sometime next year.
Yeah.
But I said that the year before and the year before that. So it's like because of the scope, the timeline is kind of indefinite until at some point it will be done, and maybe I don't have a realistic timeline for that just yet,
Oh, yeah.
which is, I don't know, probably an issue.
Well, since Pajashi got two before, I'm gonna go with one here. Do you think their opinion have changed about the game? Like, if they...
I know, yes, I know a lot of people that have like initially like very skeptical. Some people even really negative, and then later they'll check back, and then eventually they start hanging out in the Discord, or like people have told me like what you said earlier, like
Yeah,
people, as people get more familiar with the game and the project, they're like, oh, maybe this is something.
I
So yeah,
mean...
people's opinions have changed, usually
Yeah.
positively.
Well, Pajashi.
All right. Next question was answered. Why do you enjoy Two Kinds?
There's a lot of layers there.
Yeah.
So originally I liked the story. Back when I started reading it, story, the characters, like a lot of the early story felt a little like tropey, and kind of like, but it was a lot of fun. And then a lot of the early comic stuff had like a lot of random things in the world. Like sometimes you would see side characters that you don't even know the names of, saying some random things like, oh, maybe the world feels bigger than just these characters. So, and that's what initially spun the wheels in my mind. Is like, okay, what if there is a larger world than just the main characters in the comic and what's going on in that world, which led me to trying to make the game for the world. So yeah, it's like the world, the characters, the art's pretty good. Even maybe a little fan servicey at times, at least for the side comics, for the side stuff.
I like that. I was worried we were not gonna have enough questions, and I think we do.
Yeah, I think we
How
do.
long is the recording now? Let's see.
Pretty
Been about half
long.
an hour.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah. How do you motivate yourself?
It comes and goes. It's like, okay, so I usually think about the end goal, about getting the game out. Sometimes it's daunting. It's like, oh, what if the servers go down? What if it crashes? Oh no. But then for short-term goals, I have game dev groups that I'm part of. So we set weekly goals for each other and try to keep each other accountable. So that's like one little bite-sized task at a time per week. That's that. And when the motivation is gone, like it was a few weeks ago, usually it's because I'm changing tasks or doing some other thing. Like right before I started switching the character models, it was like hitting a motivational slump because I know there's like a bunch of work that was about to happen. And for that, it was like I could either try working on other parts of the game to fix, or maybe I just need a break and play some games. So I was playing other games right before. It's like, I don't want to do this. Let's watch anime. Oh, let's play some games, and that does help. And then eventually, once I do break through that motivational slump, it usually picks up again. Like once I start on the task, it's like, okay, now I really want to do this. Now I really want to work on that. Oh, now these character models are actually looking really good. Let's keep doing this. So right now my motivation's like really high because of that. So it's just like surviving the ebbs and flows of the motivation stream.
Yeah.
And using other people to hold me accountable. So I do eventually get back to the project.
Yeah, I know. I get the idea with like losing and getting the motivation. I felt that before as well.
Yeah, motivation's a hard thing, a fickle thing to like really rely on. So it's more like making a little bit of progress each time I am working on the project. So I try to do at least 1 hour a night because I have a day job and I do this on the side. So as long as you get a little bit done each night, progress is made, and I feel good about it.
Well, Pajashi?
All right. What do you think of TwoKinds fan art?
Not
Some of
include
it's
not
really
not including not safe for work.
oh gosh. No, fan art's good. I mean, it's the community is why I stuck around so long. Like, I mean, originally I was on the Two Kinds forums, and there was a lot of artists there, fan artists, and then like a lot of art, a lot of a lot of fan fiction. People writing stories about
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
Kinds. I mean, so yeah, it's like all the creative works. It's great.
yeah. Well, now there's a nerdy question because I'm a nerd. Why are you using Unity?
Why?
Yep.
Because that's what I started on.
Ah. Well,
So remember, I started this project way before Unreal 4,
hmm.
back when it was Unreal 3 and the UDK. So
Yeah,
that was like, it was kind of hard. Unreal
yeah,
4 is
okay.
great. If I was starting the project over, I probably would start in Unreal 4, but I don't like C++ as much, so maybe I wouldn't actually.
Hmm. Well,
But I don't know. I don't know in that case.
Oh,
And I wanted to make it 3D, which at the time Unity was the best free engine for that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make it online, which also Unity can handle.
I mean, I'm personally using Unity as well. I think it's a bit better than Unreal.
Yeah, and Unity was easy to learn.
Yeah,
And I'm not
it's
really a visual programmer person, so Blueprints isn't like really interesting to me. Although
like
it's pretty powerful.
I had so much trouble trying to learn Unreal, and after I put over 12 hours in total, I just gave it up. I just could not make anything work at all. Some simple stuff I just made on Unity made work in like 5 minutes. Just took me 12 hours, and I couldn't even make it work. So I just gave up, and ever since just been using Unity, I guess. Well, Pajoshi?
All right. So, what are some difficulties you've experienced while developing?
Sorry, what was the question again?
What are some difficulties you've experienced while developing the game?
Bugs, the scale of the game, making sure it's not spaghetti.
Yeah.
So I would say the scale of the game, because there's so many systems that go into an online game like this. It's like it's gonna feel empty for quite a long while because the lack of the systems, and then eventually it's like that it'll take time to populate the world with all these systems and things to make. So it's like it's kind of daunting just how big that is. And then the other side is like, because of the size, it's like each little component or that thing that goes in the game has to be pretty fast and performant, because we can't have the grass and everything taking down the frame rate when we have to do all these when we have to calculate all the NPCs on the server or do all sorts of cool things for the game. And then of course the bugs, like oh okay, because it's an online game, it's like we have a whole networking layer of like, okay, why is someone's inventory not loading properly? Like, is it on the server side? Is it on the client side? Like, where is the issue? So it's like there's a lot to it.
About servers, I'm really happy you guys are actually hosting a server yourself. That is really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Pachoshi played the game a bit. We definitely had some glitches.
Oh yeah.
The NPCs.
Oh yeah. The
yeah.
NPCs, they have a random wander right now, and their like wander point is not grounded. So what'll happen is, so they'll start on like a slope. Their wander point will be out somewhere in space, out down further down the slope. And then for them to try hitting that point, they go over to it and they just jump trying to hit it. But it might be too high, so they might just jump forever until they're pulled off or something. So yeah, it's like issues like that. It's like if this wasn't an online game, if it was all just single player and just there, debugging that would probably be a lot easier. But since it is online, it's like, okay, where is the issue? Okay, I think I know where that issue is, and then getting it all set up and figured out it takes time,
Yeah.
which is why I haven't got to do it.
That's definitely understandable. We also had the famous bridge glitch.
Uh-oh. Falling through the bridge?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It looks so ridiculous, and I oh,
I
I
swear the colliders are there. I don't know why you would fall through. Oh no.
It was just like he fall through and then he came up and then he fall through and it's just all the time he just glitched through and came up.
On your own screen, it's fine, but
Yeah.
if you see another person, it's just
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally fine on your perspective.
Oh. Which bridge?
All of them.
All the
With
little
the ones
bridges?
with the gaps.
All the wooden bridges.
All the wooden bridges. Oh, great. Okay, well that gives me a hint. So it's something on the server. I was like, what do you mean you're falling through the bridge? What? Huh? But if that's the case, then okay, I think
The
I'll
stone
be able to
bridges had
figure
no
that one out.
problems. Like there were no problems with the stone bridges at all.
Okay, I'll have to investigate that. Yeah, I didn't realize it was other people.
Oh.
See, I didn't even get a complete bug report for that. It's just people are saying like we're falling through the bridges, but when I see it, it's like what? But the colliders are there.
See, a podcast is a better bug review than normal people can do. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have some personal questions for you real quick.
Sure.
How can I support this game best?
So right now, sharing it with people, making sure people know. Some point later this year, I'm aiming to open like a founders pack, pre-order pack
Oh hell
for
yeah.
people that want to financially support the game. So that we can finish up some development.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
once it's on Steam, add it to your wish list, get people to know about it. Yeah, so right now it's like getting people to know, and then next up, money please. Yeah, so the downside of making it an online game is that we're gonna have server upkeep costs.
Yeah.
So we do have to get some funds that way.
I've actually built a server-specific computer right now myself, but I haven't been able to use it like the last 6 months because I have no power cable for the thing.
Mm-hmm.
At that coding thing I mentioned before, some of us like high people who are pretty good at the stuff. We got a small Lenovo PC with a pretty decent CPU, pretty decent everything in it. It's really small. And apparently I was just the unlucky one and there was no power cable to it. And then the pandemic hit and I've just have it in my drawer the last 6 months. So and then I've been using my laptop for server hosting, and because my parents were like, "Yeah, you're gonna pay for that." I've been paying for that myself, so I know how server can be expensive. They definitely can.
Yeah, and so with the size of the game, it's it could be scaled up. So right now we just have it on like one little server, but the way that it's set up, it can be networked onto like 2 for multiple servers simulating the one game world.
Oh,
And so that's how we could scale the game out. So first off, it's just these little test islands, and later once we get to the real game world, it'll be like multiple chunks to make up the world, which aka means more cost.
yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that the server was hosted in America. 200 ping.
Yeah, it is America. Actually, the ping's not actually that low for me.
Oh, okay.
I average about like 150, 120.
Oh, okay. I'm all the way up at 200, but I actually don't feel it.
Well, actually,
Yeah, the game is designed to be playable at about 300 ping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
about where I was. So
like it's not supposed to be that twitchy, and you should be able to queue up your attacks without too much of an issue.
Well, that's at least nice to hear.
So yeah, so that's the plan at least. Well, and also because I don't trust myself to have like true twitchy combat.
Yeah.
So like design what I know, make what I know.
Yeah, of course. I'm just happy that even though it was like such a high ping, it was actually working really great.
Yeah,
that
good.
definitely made a smile on me.
Yeah. So right now it's only going to be US server or EU server, if depending on how I want to deploy it. So there's like one server, one big game world, and depending on the popularity, maybe we do make a second server.
Yeah.
That people can go to.
I mean, there will probably
we'll
be people who want to offer themselves at some point, because I know some communities of these kind of games can be really, really helpful and wanting to help in any way they can. So that might be a possibility. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions, Bajoshi?
No.
Since you've been kind of silent, so.
Oh, I don't have much to say.
That's fair. Actually, we never asked you that. Why did you name yourself Cookiedragon?
I like dragons and I like cookies, and the domain name was open.
Oh,
for Cookiedragon games, so it was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think unless you have Nitro, which I. Oh yeah, you do have Nitro. Have you?
I do have Nitro. Yeah.
Have you made your tag yourself?
My what?
Your like Cookiedragon hashtag something. Did you make the tag yourself?
Hashtag no.
Oh, so yeah, it's because you have the 004 or 0004 tag, which means you were the number.
Oh yeah, I set that myself.
Oh, okay. Because if you didn't do that, you would have been number 4 to get the name Cookiedragon.
No.
If I remember correct.
So before it was some random thing, and then with Nitro, I set myself as 0004. Because I like the number 4.
Yeah, I for example, me who bought Nitro just to make a joke with Bajoshi.
What do you change your number tag to?
420 with an extra 0. I got dared into do it, so I did it.
Nice.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to answer something for work real quick.
Oh yeah, okay. That's okay. Your Discord server.
Yes.
Do people use the voice chat often? Or is it mostly just silent in the voice chat? Because I've noticed on the most TwoKinds server, it's just been really silent.
There's some people, usually either in the morning or afternoon. There's a few people in, but generally it's not that used. We actually a month or two ago we were playing Valorant and we were on it more often. But now it seems like it just kind of slowed down again.
I am in a few TwoKinds servers, and I never really see anyone in the voice chats. I always try to get people in, but that's just how it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you so much for your time. It's been
no problem.
It's been really fun.
It's been good, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna link your Discord and everything in the description because you definitely deserve it, and you're just like you've done a really good job, and I can only say one thing, and that is keep up the work. It's super awesome. I really enjoy it. There's not much more to say because it's just absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, but
I try very hard.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely see that, and it's really a amazing product that you are giving out right now. Well, by that note, I will end this episode today. So, thank you so much for Cookiedragon to come over. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.